It's been a minute since I've filmed anything. It's been snowing here. Everybody's been kind of locked in their house here from all the bad weather. The road's been horrible. I've had a bunch of water main, or not water mains, but water lines bust on some rentals. Luckily, one of my renters has been doing some side work for me, so he's fixed all of them except for 2. And the roads were so bad we couldn't get to them, so tomorrow we're going to do that. But today I'm delivering all the Honda parts that I had to Art, so you'll see Art in just a minute. What I'll do is I'll link his channel down at the bottom of this. He's working on some videos. He hadn't quite got them all done yet or whatever, but he's starting his channel. He's already put one little video up just to, you know, kind of get the ball rolling. But he's got some footage of doing, I think he changed the motor out on my hatch. So I think, I'm not 100% certain, but I think the last you guys saw was my old motor and stuff still in his Integra. So now it's in my hatch, so we'll get a shot of that, kind of see what's up, talk to him, see what the game plan is. Me personally, I'm gonna go ahead and put all the turbo stuff on it while it's here, while it's sitting at his house. But I think he wants to just get the car running and driving and get it out of his way, and me finish the turbo stuff. But that's fine, that's okay, because I don't have everything, and I'm trying to get my land taxes and stuff paid before I spend a bunch of money. And you know, we got all these cars, we do all this stuff, but we're people just like everybody else. Just I'm a little older than a lot of guys that, you know, watch these videos, and I buy and sell and trade and hustling, so I got a bunch of junk. I don't have anything super nice, but you know, you can see the videos of what all we've got. I pay payments every month on a house. Well, not my house is paid for, but on some rentals, I pay payments every month, you know, just like everybody does. And I've just hustled, you know, to get where I'm at. You know, there's people are a lot further than me, but there's people that don't have what I have. You know, I'm scrambling right now to get a garage figured out. You know, I was renting that garage, so I didn't really have a choice there. But, so I'm on hold on videos. We've not really went drifting. Dominic made a purchase here recently, so we'll go over that truck here pretty soon. So he's bought him a diesel truck or whatever, but we'll have to give that a once over and see what's up with that thing. He's got to get batteries for it and got to get it registered. It's already got insurance on it, but it's sitting at the house because it's not registered yet. So we'll go over that in one of the upcoming videos. We haven't been drifting. It's still mid-January, end of January-ish kind of thing. So we're probably not going to really get back on the track until after maybe late February, early March, maybe somewhere in there, maybe. And I'm buying another car too. Like, I need a car. But after my land taxes, that's key for me, is getting all my land taxes paid. And it's a pretty good lick, along with my other bills I pay every month. So I've already paid some of them. So I've got another month to figure out, 1 month and a half-ish, to figure out paying my land taxes off. So once I get my land taxes off, that'll free up some money. I did pay off, count them, 3 rentals. So I did pay off 3 rentals. I wrote some checks, knocked those guys out. So I'm still kind of fighting to rekindle after Christmas. And I've had, you know, a turnover in a rental. That cost me a bunch of money. And the money I've saved from not having a shop, not buying a bunch of stuff and all that. So I'm saving money. And again, paying my land taxes is priority for me. Once we get that, should be by the end of February, and then I've got to pay on a car that I'm buying. I should be able to knock it out and get it, add it to the channel. Yes, it's another car. Ain't gonna go into details until we lock it in, but it's supposed to be a done deal. I've already gave him a deposit on it and everything. And then hopefully sometime between here and there, we'll get the hatch finished, or at least get it home, get it drivable. We'll go over it. We'll make a decision when we're going for that. That's a family heirloom kind of car, so that car will probably stay on the channel. And so, like the automatic IS300, Art's got it. Well, when I traded for it, this guy was all about trading. I traded that E46 four-door, a manual car, for this IS300. Well, at the time, we were going to manual swap it. So we'd have another IS300 on the channel, because that's, you know, we're pretty fond of those cars. So we ended up with that car, but we just didn't have time. We didn't, you know, have the manpower to get that done. Art ended up with it. Well, I didn't know that guy was all about trading. Like, he was like, let's trade and I'm leaving. Like, he didn't want me to sell him the story. He didn't want to, you know, haggle over anything or be like, you know, what does it need? What's wrong with it, kind of thing. I drove the IS. He didn't even drive the E46. And I mean, he was ready to trade. Well, I'm finding out now why Art has that car, and he's going through the wiring, and some of the wiring's burned up behind the dash. May end up having to change the dash. So I lowered the price on it for Art. He's gonna, I guess, go through the wire and maybe change the dash, or pull the dash and fix the wiring behind it, or may have to get another dash harness. So I don't know just yet. So I lowered the price on it for him, but he has that car, and his road's still icy. I'm in the BMW, it's all-wheel drive. So, and then I've got, like I say, all the Honda stuff. I'm taking what I had. I don't have a turbo, but I do have a turbo manifold and oil supply lines, return lines. I don't remember if this return line came off of this turbo car, or if we have to make another one, but that's easy. I've made them before. So they're actually not that bad. A return line is actually not that bad. There's no pressure in it. So it's just, if you can get the line to seal and go from point A to point B, you're okay on a return line. That's the reality of a train line on a turbo, is if it just don't leak, it won't have any pressure. The supply line, I had one. Actually, I think this is the one that come from this turbo car when I had it boosted back in the day. But see how we're about to pull up to Art's, dump all this stuff off. We may go eat lunch and stuff, so we may talk about it a little bit, what our goals are. Try to haggle a little to get him to go ahead and turbo it while he's got it in his possession, so that way I don't have to try to do it in my front yard, and try to include that in part of the deal, you know, the trade of, you know, him putting my car back together. I'm gonna be like, well, I thought you were gonna turbo it. Just saying. But we're gonna get his view on what's going on with the hatch. You may be able to jump to his channel. You'll be able to see that going together. He should be able to produce the videos for that. I'm gonna help him a little bit today, go through what video footage he's got, maybe try to get some of that going. But he's got to get a video made. He's got tons of footage, he says. So I'm gonna help him work on that. We may go eat somewhere and go through some of that footage. So eventually the ideal is you can go to his channel and see where he's, God, man, this is icy as crap. That's not horrible, but I wasn't expecting it to be this bad. But the idea eventually is you go to his channel and see, you know, what work he's done on some of the cars that are on my channel. And it's not that I can't do it because I've turboed this car. I built this motor that's in this car. It's that now he's got concrete, asphalt. He's been off work a little bit from the trucking business. I guess it's been either slow. I think his truck did get smashed. There's no ice here. I think he wrecked his truck. Somebody pulled out in front of him or something maybe. So it had to be redone. So he's been off for that. And the weather's got him locked in. He hadn't been driving. He's not going to total his new truck out. So we talked about that. But yeah, we're pulling up here. There's his rig. He drives a truck for a living. And there's the IS300 and all the stuff. So we'll talk to him a minute. Evidently his wife's got his truck because there's nothing here to drive. So if we go eat, I guess I'll be driving. We'll have to stick his son in the car seat back here. But there's the IS300. He's going to show me the wiring, what all's going on with it. And we'll drag out all these Honda parts. And again, we may take a look at the hatch. So this car, we were never, when I had it back in the day, we were never able to make over 300 horse in it. I had all the components to make it happen, but just for some reason, the tuners were like, I had it at a shop. This was before I really got into turning wrenches myself, but I took it to a shop and they're like, well, we couldn't make over 300 horse in it. Supposedly everything was there to do it with. We can't make over 300 horse. There's, you know, something. And I didn't know enough about it. And then I got it and it blew up. And then we put it back in and took it and had it tuned. And he had it, built it, put it all back together, turboed, took it and had it tuned. And as he was fooling with it this last time, the supply line, it's all factory fuel lines, but you're supposed to be able to make more than 300 horse in this. So the supply line coming up to the fuel filter was kinked, and it had a big flat spot in it. So all these years, we've never been able to make over 300 horse in this car, and nobody's figured it out. Even the tuners were like, we don't know why something's being restricted. And they would always say, oh, the exhaust is too small, or this is not working, or the turbo's running out, or blah, blah, blah. Nobody's ever said it was fuel. Well, Art actually found it. He was changing these motors out, and the supply line has got a big kink in it right before the filter. And nobody had saw that in 10 years. Nobody found that. 4 or 5 turbo setups and all the change outs and different cars and motors, and nobody found that except for Art finally run into that. But here comes Art. We're going to talk about it, but all right, here we go.
I don't want to either. I mean, I just,
You'll have to edit all this part out. I'll have to edit all that out.
Absolutely.
But all right, so we're at Art's, and he's showing me all the wiring and stuff, and he's right for sure. Down in this car, don't know why or what, but these wires, I don't know if you can see them, but there, the wires are burnt up, and he replaced the green wire in here somewhere. So it's definitely got some issues. And then he don't know how far it goes up in there. There's in the fuse box, they've like made a little circuit or something too. So it's, I don't know, somebody's tried to rig this thing. And then inside where the ECU is, they've got some kind of little diode wired in, and we don't know what that is either. So yeah, I don't know what they've tried to pull on this car. But either way, and he got a DNA motoring, got some exhaust for it, went ahead and got the mid pipe and the tail section. I seen him with the tail section, but I didn't have the mid pipe, so he had to buy it off. It happens. The Honda, have we videoed it with the motor in this car? It was in this last, right?
Yeah.
It's starting to rain too. But now with it's back where it lives now. It's dirty. You have to pressure wash it. But that's it. We use some cheap mounts, but it's in there. So now I brought the turbo parts. Does that mean you will put the turbo manifold in the supply line and return them for me?
I guess.
Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to see. I put him on the spot.
Nominal fee.
Nominal fee. But it's back in. It's a built motor. You can watch his channel. If he'll ever finish his videos, then get an idea of what he's doing with it. So, all right, here we go. All right, so we got Art and the babies.
Hey.
And we've never really got on the BMW, and I was gonna let him get a live action reaction. So, we'll see what he thinks.
See what's up.
We'll see. All right, so we'll do the on ramp a little bit. We ain't gonna go crazy. I got the traction control off too, so it'll actually spin. Give me a second.
Pretty pappy. If it me a second, me and him get together later one day. We'll have to try it again.
What you was thinking?
That is absolutely.